Right then, part 2 of my cheap flight adventure to Naples. And along to this really old building which has this awesome old lift. This lift's completely epic and was a really nice find. Ooh, that's nice. Yes. First one of these is actually pretty original, the others have been really heavily modded. ANPI lift. No, ENPI lift, I mean. I wasn't single speed, but 2-speed living, that's still good. Logic's very simple, so I think it might do the reversal tricks. It's so simple, so let's see. Not quite that simple. Okay. And along to a hotel, which claims to be a 4-star hotel, but it doesn't look very 4-star, more 3-star, actually no, more like 2-star, no better than a Premier really. And the lifts are some very cheap 2-speed lifts, very similar to the 2-speed lifts you get in Spain, and there's pretty much loads of these in Italy as well. Wow, okay. It's like a little Spanish 2-speed generic. Okay, 4-star hotel. I didn't expect this. I thought something quite a bit better would be in here. So far, all the lifts have been so cheap. This doesn't look very 4-star to me. I mean, it's not bad, but it's a bit rackety. And now, it's now night time, and along I go to this really weird, ultra posh car park. This car park is dug into the hillside of Naples. There are very few car parks in Naples because there's so little space, so they're actually dug into the hillside, and they've made it really, really posh. This is such a nice car park. This is the weirdest thing I've found so far. This is really weird. There's a car park dug into the cliffs. This is so bizarre, I don't know what to think. A car park with weird seating area dug entirely into the cliffs. This is odd, but I guess it's space saving. And if you look through here, there's literally a car park dug into the cliffs. It's so weird. So you come through here, you can see it actually is just a car park. It seems pretty shitty. So odd. A long levelling stage. And this looks like a more regular car park down here. Anti-chav music, but is it anti-crucifix music? I always find utility rooms more interesting than the public areas. It just looks so inviting and now, along I go to this road tunnel, which has some tram tracks going through it. A tram going through this nice long road tunnel will be a really fun ride, but the trams are abandoned. Why are they abandoning their tram system for? At least I don't get a bus through this road tunnel, but it's not as good as if I was on a tram. And along to Central Station. And along to the place where I'm staying. And where I'm staying is right in the centre of Naples, right in the middle of the narrow streets. And the centre of Naples is quite a bit different to what I was expecting. So how would I describe the centre of Naples? If you take the Medinas of Rabat in Morocco, combine it with the architecture style of Copenhagen in Denmark, and mix that with the really disjointed transport system of Kiev in Ukraine. Actually no, that's unfair on Kiev. The transport here is even more disjointed than Kiev is, so it's really bad. But if you combine those three cities together and mix them all up, you get Naples. And here are the narrow streets of Naples. The streets are so narrow. It's very easy to get lost. Google often doesn't know where things are that well, so you really do get lost. There's no numbers on a lot of the houses, so it was actually quite a challenge to find where it was I was staying. And it's absolutely crazy, and it really does feel like I'm in Morocco. Oh, this lift's knackered. Actually, that door's kicked in. Ooh. And along I go to a place where I was staying, which was in an apartment right in the centre of Naples. This apartment on the outside looks very dingy, very, very spooky actually. We go up to the apartment, and the apartment itself is actually really nice. Let's take a tour of it. So there's a hotel room, got a very, very weird key. It's an apartment room. It's got area to cook. It's £20 a night. So it's better than any of the stupid posh hotels, which are like £60 or £100 a night. And you don't even get somewhere to cook or a fridge. So little cheap apartments are actually much better value for money. It's bed there. It's got loads of random things. The toilet is above the staircase. It's very weird. Light switch there. Balcony out here. This door doesn't lock properly, so that's a bit of security risk. There's a weird little balcony. And now, it's now daytime, and let's take a look around the narrow Medinas of Naples in the daytime. It is really interesting here. And there's loads of various lifts in the different buildings, but getting to them is a bit more harder work because pretty much everywhere has a concierge, and concierges here get really angry very easily. Just as much as going into these buildings where you're not meant to causes a concierge to scream and go absolutely mental, like you've done the biggest crime in the world. But luckily I did manage to get some lifts done, so along to the first one. So a lot of the lifts, even though they look really, really good to start with, when you get close, even though the lift shafts are all really nice and old, sadly most of these lifts have been replaced with these really cheap lifts that you see in Spain and Italy a lot. Oh, such a good lift shaft. Oh fucking hell, it looks so good outside. This is the boringest, horriblest lift and a really good looking shaft. Just about to see out. Oh. And now to the next lift. Straight into someone's flat. Look at the overhanging spiral. God, wait. I don't think I'll have a lift directly opening into my flat. And now go along to the pay lifts of Naples. You have to pay to use the lift. While in some tourist attractions, sometimes you have to like pay if it's like a prestige lift. These aren't tourist attractions. These are just little lifts in residential buildings. And the building owner demands money off everyone that uses the lift. And there's actually a pay machine in the lift you have to put money in to unlock buttons to use the lift. And as well as that, a lift detects your weight and refuses to move if you're in it. And has to stop you putting stuff in the lift, walking upstairs and calling lift. So that's to make sure you have to pay to use it. And I was standing in this lift, not realising this, hoping that someone would call it. And then the concierge tried to call it and the lift refused to move because it knew I was in there. And the concierge went absolutely mental at me.
Can't tell me I have to pay to use the lift. You have to pay to use the lift.
And now we go along to his interesting little lift in this weird bodged lift shaft attached onto the outside of the building, and the lift shaft does not even go down to the ground floor. It's very weird.
It's a bottom drive. The bottom drive cables go to there, across to there, into a motor up there. So this is a mezzanine. This lift doesn't go to ground. The lift shaft actually stops and doesn't even go to ground, which is really weird. And the motor's like on this upper floor, just above mezzanine. This logic's a bit older than this. No. You must be kidding me. Okay, it's going about having to put any money in, good. Imagine if you had to put money in and then your safety broke it. But does that mean you have to put money in again to start it again even though you stop between floors? Because it's all very simple circuitry. So if that was working, and luckily it's bypassed, but if that was working, I'd unlock buttons. So yeah, so you safety broke it between floors, or if the lift is safety broke itself between floors, you wouldn't be able to move again until you put in more money. Glass shaft, but lift's not glass. I wonder if weird little lifts I've seen. Okay. That is so weird. Literally come up to the lift and then you can see up the shaft.
And now I go to this shopping centre in Naples, and this is not like any other shopping centre I've been to. This place is amazing. Just look at this. I don't think this place was intended as a shopping centre, but that's what it is now. And it is a massive, over-the-top shopping centre. I was not expecting this. And as well as the shopping centre, in the 4 sections of this building, it's also residential. And these have 4 interesting, really old lifts. But can I get in them? I tried the first lift, and as I was going in the lift, the concierge came out and stopped me and kicked me out of the building. And it's at that point I realised the only way to do this is to dash straight past concierge up the stairs, then get in the lift upstairs and take the lift back down. So along to the second lift, which was broken. There was someone in the lift and the lift wasn't moving. Then looking more closely, the lift was going down really, really slow. It was being hand wound down. So someone got stuck in it, and that's why the concierge wasn't at his desk. So along to the third one of these lifts, which has been modded a little bit, but still pretty interesting.
Ascensore in salita.
Oh, door open. Okay. Door opened. You just have to have a leaky, you have to stick it in there. Oh.
Ascensore in discesa.
And now to the fourth one, which is a bit badly modded really.
track finishes. Yeah, it's not going to cut to this floor. The tracks finish. I'm riding this lift without paying 10 cents. Okay. Right. Very weird. Safety brake. Can I go back up? Oh, let me do it without paying. Oh, that's a friendly lift. And actually I want to go down. As a better stop, single speed stop when you press the stop button.
And now go along to the ferry terminal. This ferry terminal is very large, but there's hardly anyone about, which makes it a bit creepy. This ferry terminal has some nice eco discs. And now we go to the next lift.
There's no sort of window, I guess.
And now we go to the next lift.
Chiudere la porta, grazie. Please.
Ooh.
Si prega di chiudere la porta.
Simple
Grazie.
doors. It's the unlatch.
Close the door. Thanks.
Please close the
Si
door.
prega di chiudere la porta. Grazie.
So that is very, very simple logic. The inner doors are literally connected to the unlatching cam. So every time you press the stop button, the inner doors open. And this one wants 50 cents to use the lift. Luckily, that's been bypassed. Most of these, luckily, are bypassed. Only once so far I found one of these that actually demands the money.
And now we go to the next lift.
Shit train station lift. The only thing that's interesting, it's got 3 doors.
L'ascensore scende.
Why 3
Piano primo
doors?
interrato. Le porte stanno per aprirsi.
No idea when this door opens. And this lift has got a really bad door. If I shut a door,
Le porte
then
stanno
open
per
it,
chiudersi.
that sounds terrible. So the door shuts. So I'm going to press 0.
Le porte
Oh, now it opens this side. How weird. Oh, you can call it, but you can't get in it. How do you emergency release that? That opens it when the lift survived. There's no triangle there, so if someone's stuck, I don't know how you get them out.
And here's my airplane departing Naples.